Hey everyone, don't forget to stay tuned till after the video if you want to find out how to support me or where to follow me on social media. And also, if you like this video and like what I do, like, comment, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff. Anyways, thank you so much for choosing me, and on with the video.
All aboard the toxic gossip train. You're chugging down the tracks of misinformation.
Done! You, Abby.
You're finished.
Next. No! You're not gonna run in there and cry boo-hoo-hoo! I'm at it! Why can't your smart kid do it in the bedroom? Why can't she stretch on her own?
You know what, Abby? You know
I wasn't put on this earth to make your kid feel good.
Told me to shut my fat ass up, and it was good for her.
And what did you do then?
I shut my fat ass up, and I don't want you to. Sometimes I feel like the world just don't love me back.
Singer Lizzo is in tears.
I feel so down. I worked so hard.
She says she's being fat-shamed and the target of racist comments on social media after the debut of her new video, Rumors.
Was I pressured to touch a new performer? Yes. Was I brought into a private meeting where I was kind of interrogated about my personal matters and ended up having to share very personal things about myself regarding my weight? Yes.
It's fatphobic. It's racist and it's hurtful.
Ironically, lyrics in the song deal with body shaming.
Were we pressured to do an excruciatingly long rehearsal that turned into a re-audition for the job that we already booked? Because apparently we weren't doing good enough. Yes, that is true. Did I, unfortunately, go to the bathroom on myself on one stage because I was so terrified? Yes.
You allege that Lizzo intended to hit you at one point after you resigned. Do you really think that she was going to resort or could resort to physical violence?
She actually balled up her fist like this to me. She started cracking her knuckles, and she was like, "You're so effing lucky that basically I'm not gonna hit you."
Wearing a wig cap, she shares her pain.
It's like it doesn't matter how much positive energy you put into the world, you're still gonna have people who have something mean to say about you.
Lizzo couldn't hide her sadness.
I worked so hard.
Her best friend, who's also one of the dancers, had to jump out of the couch and physically hold her back from coming and hitting me. So yes, I do believe that if she wasn't held back by that dancer, she would have hit me.
This morning, Lizzo responded to the lawsuit on Instagram, writing, in part, "These sensationalized stories are coming from former employees who have already publicly admitted that they were told their behavior on tour was inappropriate and unprofessional. I take my music and my performances seriously because at the end of the day, I only want to put out the best art that represents me and my fans. With passion comes hard work and high standards."
Okay, everyone, I want you to line up for rehearsal. What did you have for dinner? A salad. What kind of salad? Green salad, Mrs. Lizzo. Did you have chicken with that salad? No, of course not. Just strictly vegetables in my green salad. You want one? No, thank you. Good, good. Now, what did you have for dinner? I had McDonald's. McDonald's? Really? I'm so sorry. It was just one cheat day. What did the meal look like? I had a Big Mac meal. Oh, really? A Big Mac? My favorite. Yes, Mrs. Lizzo, I know it's your favorite. So, you didn't think to share with me? No, and that was very selfish of me. No, it's okay, it's okay. Do me a favor. Stand on that scale. The scale? Okay. Oh, would you look at that? 3 pounds over my minimum requirement.
I see you got the extra whipped cream in there, huh?
Yeah.
Yummers. Guess you wanted to cram in as much fat fuck as possible, huh?
Did I do something wrong?
You think I haven't seen you? Shoving back 24 cupcakes in the break room. 9 servings of Miro's truffle risotto night.
I just took a DNA test. Turns out I'm 100% that bitch.
Why, yes, Lizzo. Yes, you are. So, I know I've been away from the scene a little bit, haven't recorded a few videos, took a little break, and, you know, all that jazz. But, damn, in the time I was away, some shit went down. You might have heard of this artist once or twice. Maybe she's slightly known. Lizzo. Yeah, that one. You also might have noticed I've never spoken about her because I've never had a reason to. And what I mean by that is I've never liked Lizzo. Her music isn't my style, really. And the only reason I would have to talk smack about her is bitch with a cracker syndrome. And what I mean by that is, if you've never heard of it, never seen it, I call it bitch with a cracker syndrome. And what that is that you hate someone so much that you would just talk shit or find fault in anything they do. So, for instance, you see a bitch you don't like, and she's eating a cracker, and you're like, look at that bitch over there. Just eating her cracker. That's not me. I don't like to do that. Not unless I really have to. And I didn't dislike Lizzo to that extent. But then I started hearing how, one, I started noticing that she would say real funny shit like, I'm naturally fat. Or, look at all the exercise I do, but I'm a vegan and I eat clean. So obviously, gaining weight is just you big boned and some girls just like that. That was originally what this video was going to be about. How her claiming she's big boned and how it's not that she is overweight, she's just naturally that way, okay? And then her complaining about fat phobia and bullying and all this bullshit. And I was ready to go in on that and say, suck it up, buttercup, take care of your hurt feelings. And don't worry, we're gonna go over that. But then the skies opened up. Because I know, like I said, guys, I never actually, there's only one song of hers that I like. Only one. Just one. And it's 'Cause I Love You. I can't remember what it's called. I enjoy it. It's the only one. But the skies opened up. And it's like my intuition was right. Because suddenly, if you're new, if you really don't know who she is, and you live under a rock and you're not on any of the social media platforms, because everyone's talking about it right now, Lizzo, who supposedly had this positive, loving, squeaky clean, I'm always so nice persona, much like many others before her, the roosters have come home. They've come home to roost. Editing starts on here. My God. So I have to give it up to this channel. So I had to do research, obviously, for you guys for this RRG. This YouTube channel, RRG. As I was researching for this video, you know, I gotta give it up to myself too. Because my intuition, guys, it doesn't fail me. It does not fail me. So, to begin with, like I said, this woman will capitalize on anything for a buck. to begin with, she's fell into several controversies that I had no fucking idea about. And so you're going to be hearing them peppered throughout this video. Okay, I'm just letting you know now. I wanted to give credit to this YouTube channel, RRG. They are how I found out about all these things. But I'm going to be peppering all these, so stay tuned. Stay tuned. You'll hear from me again real soon. Now she has allegations of SA. She has allegations of fat phobia, of bullying, of being a racist against her fellow black women. All these juicy and honestly not surprising things have come out about her. Frankly, I'm not upset. Nor am I surprised. And everyone else is like, oh my God, it's so out of nowhere. Really? This woman has exuded mean girl energy from day one. Yep. Let me tell you something, guys. Here I am again. Remember, I just said it. She gives off mean girl energy. Have you guys heard about what she did in Boston? I think back in 2019, 2020. She had this girl. I believe she was working with Postmates. She gets this girl up on blast because she claims the girl stole her food. But she doesn't just say like, hey, my delivery driver for my food service did this. First of all, look at this tweet. She posts the girl's face, her name. And then, which really does lend to the motherfucking thing where she was like, she's lucky I don't fight no more. Kind of sounds like when she balled up her fist and said, you're lucky. But I digress. She posted this on Twitter to her millions of followers. Now, even if she was in the right, which guess what? She wasn't. Come to find out, this girl, Tiffany, this girl came, tried to find Lizzo. She put her name under Bonnie something or other. She never gave a room number. So how the fuck is this girl supposed to deliver to you, Lizzo? Huh? And so the girl waited 10 minutes, asked around, finally left. Can't deliver the food. And then afterwards, after all is said and done, and the girl's getting death threats, has to leave her Postmates job, has to run away and hide because she's terrified. Lizzo's like, I need to be more aware of my popularity and keep my petty and my pride at the door. Bitch. Mean girl, ratchet, ghetto energy. That your first instinct, rather than calling customer service of Postmates, because I've used Postmates, it's all right there in the app. Instead, you wanted an audience. You wanted to publicly castrate someone because it made you feel powerful. I knew there was a reason I didn't like this lady. And guys, there's even more. Just wait. You'll see me again, in a little bit. She sat there and whined, why are you making it about my body? Gee, Lizzo, why is everyone making it about your body? Oh, gosh. You know, I recall someone else, not very long ago, making similar dumbass comments. So let me think. Help me out, guys. Do you know? Do you have an idea? Axel doesn't know either, guys. Yeah. It's taking me just all of my brain power to figure it out because this woman plasters her naked ass everywhere. I mean, you cannot scroll more than 2 seconds on any of her social medias, whether it's TikTok, YouTube, whatever, without her ass cheeks right in your face. All you gotta do is type in Lizzo nude, and you've got pages of it. She flaunts her body everywhere. And frankly, unpopular opinion, I don't think her music is unique. Her music is just the same as every other artist in her genre. The only reason she's popular is because she's fat. And she is enterprised on that. Because what is the name of her company? Big Girl Productions. You only wanted to hire fat dancers. You only talk about fat women. Your entire persona is being fat. And don't sit there and say, oh, well, this is just, you hating because I'm fat. No. Because you can see plenty of fat actors and artists and everything else. They didn't need their big fat booty to make money. Queen Latifah was one of the most famous fat women in Hollywood. Queen Latifah didn't need to ride on her weight to get roles. She's just talented. She didn't need to lie about anything. She's just talented. She was a talented rapper, talented singer, talented actress. Oh, but forgive me, you know what? Actually, I forget because Lizzo said this.
When I was a little girl, all I wanted to see was me in the media. Someone fat like me, black like me, beautiful like me. If I could go back and tell little Lizzo something, I'd be like, you gonna see that person, but bitch, it's gonna have to be you.
So, I guess none of these shows existed. None. Okay? And, I guess, again, Queen Latifah, Monique, Whitney Houston, Whoopi Goldberg, Oprah, hear that? None of you were black. None of you were pretty. None of you were pretty like her. None of you were black enough like her. You were only fat enough. But I guess the other two wasn't good enough. You lacked representation as a child. I grew up in the 90s. You were a year younger than me, Lizzo. The 90s was nothing but black culture. What are you talking about? Some of the biggest names in the industry were black actors and singers. Right here. Look at all these people. Again, I lost count. Show after show after show. There was somebody who didn't put up, mainly the Cosbys, because we know. Like, so that's how I already knew Lizzo lived in a fantasy. So again, like I was saying, she's capitalizing on being her weight. She also worked with Oprah on Weight Watchers, and people got pissed at her about working with Weight Watchers, which again shows even back then, she's like, I wasn't aware of what they were. Honey, did you watch any TV as a child? Any? Weight Watchers was everywhere. Jenny Craig, Weight Watchers, the South Beach Diet. Everywhere you looked, no matter what you watched, these were on TV. So what is you lying about? Well, she got canceled for letting her song get used on a Weight Watchers commercial. And then they tried to cancel her for working with the Kardashians on a exercise clothing line. And she's like, hey, this is going to get me ahead. And obviously her fans got on that Lizzo's #1 in the world is not making fat girls feel good. It's lining Lizzo's pockets. Where being a victim was the only way she knew how to get ahead. But behind the scenes, the real Lizzo lived. Because you could see it inching through. She had no problem putting others in uncomfortable situations. None whatsoever. Right here. Look at her when she was, I forget what show this was. But you can see the actor sitting next to her. The last thing he wanted was her shaking her fat ass in front of him while playing the flute. But he can't say anything. So he's just going to sit there awkward while she's literally gyrating and playing the flute in front of him. The woman lacks any class. I can't believe how fucking right I was about this woman. I really can't. Because, actions speak louder than words, and I was going by every action that I see. So as you just heard, I just said she's classless. She has no tact. She has no sense of dignity. And I was right. When asked how she relaxes, she responded with laying back, and I apologize because I think gross sayings are one of those few things that I should prepare people for. But these just reflect how tactless and classless this bitch is. She's like, I let my fish taco get eaten. She said that in an interview. With Cosmo, when they asked her if she was going to be on The Bachelorette, she said only if she could get her poom poom eaten on camera. Like, girl, did that few men want you in high school? Like, I was perpetually single for my entire life. I've never been as desperate as you. Never been as desperate to share just nasty. You nasty. You nasty. Point blank end period. You nasty. Apparently one night her brother wanted to come over. And she told him point blank he couldn't because she was busy trying to get her sugar walls licked by company. Apparently she did a collaboration with Harry Styles. And this just straight up, it was an interview, I think Rolling Stone. And they asked her about how the collaboration with Harry Styles went. And she went, the collaboration happened last night when he put his meat hammer in my Hershey Highway. Like, no one needs to know what's happening with your cellulite cheeks, baby. Nobody needs to know. And then apparently she announced that she skipped the VMAs because she was getting her back blown out. Like, how do you lack? So no one needs to know these things. And what this is a cry for someone who knows most people don't find them attractive, so she wants to shock value you. She wants to be like, that's right, I do get sex. No shit. There's an ass for every toilet. Someone's gonna find you attractive. But you just seem like really nasty to me. Like, what kind of role model are you for girls? What kind of role model are you for anybody? If this is how you talk. This is just gross. I may not listen to her music, but one of the things, and I think I said it a while ago when I did that video about Nicki Minaj and the jibby jab. Nicki Minaj, when she got up on stage, she didn't talk about shit like this. She was talking about paying people's college tuition. She was talking about get yourself a good job, get yourself an education, lift yourself up. I'll never hear that shit out of Lizzo. She's just always talking about being a whore. Clearly. if you don't like what I'm saying on this, I'm sorry. This is how I feel. There's a time and a place. And every interview you have should not be littered with you talking about your vagina and who or what is being inserted into it. But this all really does lend to all these accusations and these allegations that she doesn't care about anyone else's comfort level. For instance, she pretty much announced that she had sex with Harry Styles. Does Harry want everyone knowing who he's having sex with? Did she even ask him? And I'm not even a One Direction or Harry Styles fan. But my God. Again, I say, mean girl energy, tactless, classless. That is Lizzo. And I also, before I get on to the allegations, the other thing that I was alone in being pissed about, and everyone said I was a hater. Who knows, maybe. But again, going back to her body, she bitched about everyone always making it about her body. When she got the opportunity, and I don't believe she deserved it, to play the crystal flute, the first thing she did, both times, was twerk. No tact? Show some reference to what you're allowed to do. James Madison is one of the few things left of him. You don't have to like American culture. Let's pretend you don't respect the presidents. Let's pretend you don't respect America. Respect that it's an antique, one of very few. Something that we don't know if it can even be made again. Show some class. And that's the thing. I've always found Lizzo classless. I find Cardi B to have more class than Lizzo. And we go on to it, looking at this woman and the allegations. Have you heard? Because these women got subjected to some nasty stuff.
Yesterday, Lizzo was sued in California court for sexual harassment. Here's some of the allegations. Lizzo made the dancers catch sex toys from the private parts of Amsterdam performers. Lizzo made the dancers eat bananas from the private parts of the performers. Lizzo made the dancers participate in a nude photo shoot. Lizzo made them touch nude performers. On one occasion, Lizzo made the dancers dance for over 12 hours without a break. One of them even soiled herself.
Do you know what's going on with Lizzo? The 35-year-old singer is widely known for her body-positive messaging, but she is now being sued by former dancers on claims of body shaming, among other accusations. 3 former dancers have filed a lawsuit against the singer accusing her of sexual, religious and racial harassment, disability discrimination, body shaming and creating a hostile work environment. The dancers accused Lizzo of remarking on one dancer's weight gain before berating and later firing them. 2 of the plaintiffs were eventually fired while the other resigned over the alleged behaviour. In one incident, one of the plaintiffs claimed she soiled herself after dancers were told to audition for their jobs again, leading to an excruciating 12-hour rehearsal in which she was too fearful to go to the bathroom in case she lost employment. The lawsuit also alleges that white managers from Lizzo's production company often accuse the black members of the dance team of being lazy, unprofessional and having bad attitudes. To understand more about the lawsuit and the claims made, head to our website.
She actually balled up her fist like this to me. She started cracking her knuckles and she was like, "You're so effing lucky that basically I'm not gonna hit you." And I was in shock watching her do that and cracking her knuckles and acting as if she was gonna come at me. And for a second I was like, I don't think she's gonna do that. Like, that's not what's gonna happen. But the fact that one of her dancers, all of us were present, all the dancers were present for mostly all of these allegations. And in that meeting that we had where she got physical and was about to assault me, her best friend, who's also one of the dancers, had to jump out of the couch and physically hold her back from coming and hitting me. So yes, I do believe that if she wasn't held back, by that dancer, she would have hit me.
They were fat shamed, supposedly, by Lizzo. My personal opinion, I think it's because she wanted to be the fattest on stage. She took them to a strip club in Amsterdam, where female performers proceeded to insert devices into their nethers and then launch them out of said nethers, which that's impressive. And then she forced her dancers to catch them. And then it gets even better. She then made her performers get between near the nethers because these strippers had bananas opened and placed in their nethers. And she forced her performers, her backup dancers, to eat said banana. She would then make them touch the naked bobbins of these strippers. Because it was heavily implied, if you didn't join these little games of Lizzo's, you didn't get to keep your job. Gee, that doesn't sound like someone that is fighting against bullying and wanting everyone to enjoy themselves and wanting peace and love. Because I found this clip. I found this clip of Lizzo.
I don't just speak up for me, I speak up for everybody. We are all in an age where we can just be attacked by hateful messaging, you know, in comments on social media. We can feel attacked by our own government, man. And it's not normal, this isn't fair, this isn't right. You know, somebody tried to tell me, well, it comes with the territory. No, this should never come with the territory of being a person, a human being, of existing.
And that didn't age well now, did it, kids? I find it very odd. I find it very odd that all these allegations are just blooming up. But then when I was doing the research, a couple of TikToks started saying that the dancers were lying. Oh, and people were quick to say, oh, no. See, we all knew our goddess of cellulite was good and true.
I think you're fat.
Yeah,
it's just my opinion. I'm not bullying you. I'm just giving you a opinion. I think you're ugly. I think you're fat. I think you're stupid.
Lizzo's lawyer has caught the dancer that filed the lawsuit lying in a video praising Lizzo.
I have yet to see, I looked it up. I have yet to see any evidence, this supposed video.
The woman called her experience touring with Lizzo an amazing and beautiful journey.
You know, do what Lizzo's doing. I look up to her so much.
Child, we'll have to see how this one plays out.
Where they were praising her, but this TikToker reported on it. It had something very, well, here's what they said first.
Lizzo's lawyer has caught the dancer that filed the lawsuit lying in a video praising Lizzo. What's really going on here?
And I was like, here we go. Then they said exactly what I was thinking.
Guys, make sure and click the plus sign. I'm gonna have more on this. Sound off in the comments. Tell me what you think. But we know that there was a lawsuit filed by this woman and a few others against Lizzo, saying that they were fat shamed, that there was a very hostile work environment, that they made the dancers go to intimate clubs and do intimate things or partake in that in a way they didn't want to, they were uncomfortable with. Lizzo just recently fired back and her lawyer found this video. Let's dive in. It says, one of the women suing Lizzo, claiming she was done dirty by the singer, sang her praises after the alleged incident, says it terrorized her. TMZ has obtained a video that was shot in April 2023, that wasn't too long ago, in which the plaintiff, Ariana Davis, gushes over Lizzo, saying, "It's been so amazing and such a beautiful journey. I look up to her so much. I just want to follow in her footsteps. I just want to share that with the Queen Lizzo herself." Lizzo's lawyer, Marty Singer, tells TMZ, "These do not sound like the words of someone who was gone after or discriminated against by somebody they described as the Queen." What's critical? Davis made comments after the European leg of Lizzo's tour after season 1 of Watch Out for the Big Girls. All of Davis's allegations involve alleged incidents before she shot the video. An interview from season 2 of the show in which Davis pitches herself as a singer. Now, let's be very clear. There is no evidence, at least that I've seen yet, to back up any of these claims necessarily. However, Lizzo and her team are not taking this lying down. They are punching back and they're saying, look, here's evidence of what she said that actually shows that, you know, she is great. And the other thing that they wanted to make sure and emphasize is that she is a singer. So on some level, she's trying to do this for publicity or as attention. That's where you would read between the lines of that. Here's what I have to say. When it comes to people who have been through physically, mentally, emotionally not nice behavior by people, that can take time to sift through. And I can't tell you, the people who A-worded me, I sang their praises the whole time. In fact, I took the falls for things they did because I thought they were so wonderful. I put them on a pedestal. And that's the thing. There's that power imbalance where that's probably where she's been at for a long time and didn't understand everything going on. However, that does not mean that what she said happened. She could be doing it for attention. She could be just trying to put this out there to make something for herself. Or maybe it's just revenge. But I don't know. I just want to point out that this is a common tactic used when women or people are essayed and they try to go after somebody in court. They try to devalue their character like that, which seems like a low blow. But at this point, Lizzo is fighting back and I guess in her mind, fighting for her life. But I'm curious, what do you guys think about this? Sound off in the comments and click the plus sign. I've got more coming.
It's 100% true. If anyone has known anyone who's an abuser, think about it. Have you ever been subjected to parental relationship? It's exceedingly common to defend and praise the person who's hurting you. Very common. Because that's what manipulation is. You don't know any better. You don't know that, you know, you're in that situation until you take a step back and you look at it and you really start to think about it. That's the reason why the phrase is hindsight is 20/20. If you don't understand that, it's because 20/20 is the best eyesight you can have. So maybe she recorded it because she was still in the thick of it. If this video even exists, which, by the way, it was recorded on Lizzo's TV show. So yeah, her backup dancer who's getting paid by her and is getting interviewed on her show is going to talk shit about her. Really, guys? And then on top of that, you know, you've got these situations, you've got these people. You have a lot of these people that are coming out and saying other things. I usually do not comment on anything pop culture related, but in 2019 I traveled a bit with Lizzo to be the director of her documentary. I walked away after about 2 weeks. I was treated with such disrespect by her. I witnessed how arrogant, self-centered, and unkind she is. I was not protected and was thrown into a shitty situation with little support. My spirit said to run as fast as you fucking can, and I am so grateful I trusted my gut. I felt gaslit and was deeply hurt, but I've healed. Reading these reports made me realize how dangerous of a situation it was. This kind of abuse of power happens far too often. Much love and support to the dancers. And she's not the only one. There is also, apparently, this one personally pissed me off. This one got me personally mad. Apparently, her dance coordinator, who coincidentally is not overweight, apparently shamed the dancers for not being Christian but then also shame them for being virgins. And was constantly like being, I'm trying to think of the YouTube safe phrase, creepy with the dancers, commenting on there very often, berating them with scripture. And as a Christian, that makes me mad. That makes me really mad. Why does it make me mad? Because that's not what you're taught to do. You are meant to spread the love of God and have people walk in the path with you. You're not meant to use it as a weapon to shame people. It's not how it works. And if that's what you've experienced, you haven't experienced true love of God. That's just putting that out there. But also, let's just talk about it on the legal side. That's illegal. You are not meant to use your religion in a work situation like that. It's against the Constitution, babe. And so you've got these things. And of course, again, what did Lizzo say? Lizzo comes out and she's like...
So Lizzo released a statement and she writes in part, these sensationalized stories are coming from former employees who have already publicly admitted that they were told their behavior on tour was inappropriate and unprofessional.
Me personally, I was never told that I was unprofessional. In fact, I was told the opposite. They would kind of pull me to the side, or if I'm already having a conversation with the tour manager and so on, they would say, actually, Noelle, I just want to let you know you're never a problem.
These are employees that were told that they were unprofessional and inappropriate. She threatened violence against one of them. She made them dance for 12 hours, which again, remember, she complained about people talking about industry standard. That shouldn't be part of the course for this. And yet, everyone I've heard is like, well, a 12-hour dance is industry standard. That's just... So which is it, Lizzo? Do you believe in industry standards or don't you? Does that just come with the territory or doesn't it? Honey, we're all trying to figure it out. We all would like to know. She's sitting, this girl pissed herself. I'm assuming it's piss. I'm hoping it's piss. Because she was afraid. She was afraid. Apparently, she did a recording to take notes. And I will tell you, as somebody who takes a lot of notes, if I wasn't able to, I'd record it. And I would make sure that I kept track of that. But isn't it odd that the moment Lizzo heard someone recorded her behind the scenes, she got awfully upset. You know, people that don't like being recorded when they're not aware are the kind of people that don't want you to see how they really are. That they're afraid that you're going to figure out something. They are afraid of what you might know. And again, I keep saying it. I don't understand how nobody saw the mean girl energy that Lizzo just bleeds everywhere. Again, look at what she was talking about with food. I eat clean. You're all just haters. Have you guys peeped any of her social media? Because she eats vegan, she's feeling like, oh, well, that's perfectly fine. That's healthy. There are brands of cookies that are vegan. Doesn't mean it's healthy for you. And you deep fry everything. So what if you're using avocado oil? If you use 10 pounds of it, it's still fattening. Like, this woman goes through like 8,000 calories a day and is acting like somehow that is not bad. We can all see that you started to lose weight and you didn't like it, Lizzo. So what'd you do? You panicked and you made sure that you were eating to keep that size. Can't lose too much weight. Then what's going to make you relevant? I just got to point out, this girl a thief on top of it. You know this whole thing? I just took a DNA test. Turns out I'm 100% that bitch. She was not the originator of it. Another black singer was. Mina Lioness. And Lizzo trademarked it. There was no denying that technically Miss Lioness did it first. But as with law, first come, first serve. With especially trademarks and things like that. Lizzo took her idea and trademarked it. How do any of you like this woman? I don't understand. I mean, I never paid attention to her, so I didn't care. But I've never heard of any of this from any Lizzo fan. Like, RG blew my fucking mind with this. I'm sitting here editing this video, and I had to stop, go back, and record all these. Because it's just like, I could not believe it. All credit to them. I could not believe it. This girl, Miss Lioness, did it 7 months before Lizzo. Like, girl. Like I told you, there is nothing original or unique about this woman aside from her cellulite. And the fact that she can blow a flute. Nothing. Nothing redeeming, at least. But I waited to talk about this because I knew more would come out. 6 more people have come forward. So are they really liars? 6 more people have agreed to these issues. And then on top of that, I just found this funny. She lost her bit. She lost it. I just found this funny. Again, this might be bitch with a cracker syndrome. She lost her chance to perform in the Super Bowl. Well, shucks. How am I going to watch it now? Here's my thing, guys. This is why I don't do hero worship. Okay? Lizzo has fed into every fat activist lie. All of her songs feed into negative culture, negative image, talking about being a hoe, talking about being a bad bitch, all these things. It sounds empowering at first, but frankly, it comes off as just nasty. And the thing is, what it feels like to me is that Lizzo is using this opportunity as a person in power to bully people into doing what she wants. Because her response to when people were talking about her taking them to the strippers, well, I've always been proud of my sexualness and my sexual body. And I'm like, nobody asked you about that. You said a whole lot of nothing in your apology or your statement or whatever. You said nothing. All it proves is, again, that you're a bully. And I highly recommend that all of you take this as a lesson. Ellen DeGeneres fell the same exact way. The amount of people that are actually devastated by this, if you go across Twitter and everything else, there are people literally devastated by this whole thing. They are broken that Lizzo is not who they thought she was. And I'm like, listen, unless I personally know the person, it's never going to break me that they're not who I thought they were. People that I know personally, yeah, that might hurt. But a famous person might be a little sad, but oh well. Even Nick Carter. Yes. Even Michael Bublé. Yes. If I've never had a single conversation with these people, if they don't know my name, why do I care? I mean, to begin with, again, I need to point out this. Miss Lizzo, Miss Positivity, Miss, she's so amazing. I knew that she was a hater and a nasty person when she's like, my music's not for thin bitches. My music's not for white people. I was like, oh, okay, you're fine with taking their money, but that's okay. See, this last bit just tickled me. So, one, apparently she's a big fan of Chris Brown. So, okay. What I find funny is that you've got plenty of videos of Rihanna clapping and cheering for Lizzo. Now, I know that they've got their resolution, but it's still a little... I know everyone's going to be like, Rihanna and Chris Brown have resolved their... I don't care. That's fucking weird. But that's besides the point. Now, I have felt Beyonce's music hasn't really been relevant outside of her core audience for quite some time. Like, I cannot list a single one of her songs that I've heard mainstream, on commercials, anything. That being said, as you can tell, I'm no longer a Beyonce fan. That being said, apparently, in one of her songs, a new one for her, I guess her new album's called Renaissance. She would list off all these female artists that she loved. And Lizzo used to be in that little lineup. Apparently, I think it's like last week or week before, when she was in Boston performing, she deleted Lizzo's name from that little lineup. She said someone else's name twice. And I'm like, listen, I may not like Beyonce, but I know Hollywood still worships the ground she walks on. So, girl, you getting dumped by everybody. But you know what that means? Hollywood protected Ezra Miller, but they're not protecting Lizzo. You know what that tells me? That tells me that, one, they'll protect a pedo, but two, that they know she's guilty. And they know they're not guilty of it. And they don't want to be associated with none of that. They are all throwing her to the wolves. She's been, and considering everything I've heard in this, she's been building up to this, guys. Like, I can't believe she had a squeaky clean record for so long. Hearing all this bitch is nothing. Nothing about her is squeaky clean. I'm floored. I am shook. I am shaken. I'm shaken at the cognitive dissonance that people have for this woman. How up until now has she had almost no controversy? I don't know. But wow. Back to the video. Fine working them. And also, isn't it weird? The one music video I saw a preview of, the dude she's with is thin. Bitch with the cracker syndrome. This should be a lesson to all of us of how fame can change somebody and how manipulation in the workplace can be very dangerous. These girls were just entering the industry, and Lizzo abused them. They even claimed that she was racist towards them, that all the black dancers were treated not as nicely as the other ethnicity dancers. So it's like she's one of the people that screamed the loudest about being positive and body positivity and being loving and spreading positivity. And she was one of the least positive people. It's sad, but not surprising. I know I went out on a tangent with this, guys. It was a lot. It's a lot. But I need you to know, this should not surprise you. A lot of these people get to this point in life by being mean. The bigger their name, the more prominent they are, the more mean they are. Notice a lot of people that are nice guys in Hollywood, you don't hear about them too often. Gotta stay to themselves. Look at Dolly Parton. Look at Keanu Reeves. Look at Chris Pratt. These are people that keep to themselves. You don't hear about them much outside of the music that they release or a video. They don't worry about that. You got people like Lizzo that every 2 seconds she's reporting how life's unfair. Someone's bullying her. Fat phobia, racism. She's a victim here. She's been oppressed here. Oh, she's never had this representation. Lizzo is literally one of the most privileged people today. She is a woman that has invented her own scientific facts. She got her own show. I stated in the past, I forget where I stated it. I want to say it was with Lydia. Yes, it was on, I think, Lydia's video. You guys have no idea the physical abuse Lizzo puts her dancers through because they're large.
Been a minute, tell me how you feeling. 'Cause I got to get to my feelings. How you feeling? Sing it to me, y'all. Come on. I'm way too fine to be distracted. I'm not the girl I was for you to be.
She did not care as long as it fit her image, as long as it made her money. That is all she cared about. And that's all she still cares about. But we will see. However, this video's already reached 30 minutes and it is packed full. That's just recording. I can't wait to see how long this is with all the juicy bits that I found online and that I've peppered through. So stay tuned for part 2, where we talk about, once again, when a drama comes up, when a scandal comes up, when a bad situation comes up, and it involves the fat asses, how oddly quiet all of these Bopo girls are. So you guys will see that soon. Stay tuned. That's all I had to say about it this week, guys. I will see you in the next one. Well, I gotta say, this is a first for me, guys. This is from Book Dragon 23, and I don't have to say a thing about her journey, except that she is still on it, because she sent me a video. So we're gonna play it now, and we're gonna tell her, yes, we are here for you. Here we go. I love to see it. I really freaking do. Girl, keep it up. We are here for you. Get that tone journey. Get that muscle journey. You have got this. You are taking your health by the horns. Hey, if you liked that video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff, get the voice out there. I want to remind all of my followers that I love to hear about your success. So if you have lost weight, if you have succeeded in a fitness journey, a muscle journey, please make sure you send me your before and after photos, your age of starting, your current age, starting weight, all that. Send me all the information to thestarson@yahoo.com. That is thestarson@yahoo.com. I want to also start off by thanking all my patrons. You guys help me out so much. You fund me and you help me do this. And I greatly appreciate you. I want to thank John Quinn, Emile DeVry, Ide, Anime Chan, Lady Derpy, Choco Hooligan, Pink Dolphin Milk 65, Esteban, Gina Sina, AJ Lare, Jenny Eller, Selma, Cindy Lowe, Desert Jack, Aura Kostecki, JM Man 09, Polly Louder, and Natanya Mullings. Becoming a patron also allows you to get access. If you become a patron on my Patreon, you will gain access to all of these wonderful features. You're going to get access to my NSFW artwork that I do, artwork plain and simple. I upload my raw footage onto there for my patrons, and I just do some behind the scenes stuff. I am also going to start adding more things on in the coming months. I also want to thank my members on my YouTube. This is if you do not care about my artwork, if you don't care about, seeing all that different jazz and you just want to support me. You are just absolutely gems. Thank you guys so much. I want to thank Arcasol, Choco Hooligan, Natanya Mullings, Esteban Laura, Nellie Hodges, and Silvar Ogre. I just appreciate you guys. Remember, both Patreon and my membership start at $1 a month. I do have a goal. Once I reach it, I plan on doing some kind of contest or giveaway, so keep that in mind. Here is where you can find me on other platforms. I would love a like, a follow, a subscribe, whatever you feel like doing to support me everywhere. This is my most recent video or the videos I've done in the past. Thank you guys so much for supporting me. And as always, remember to tell the people that are important to you that you love them and to be safe. So guys, I love you. Be safe. Have a great day.